Alrighty. Okay, that's, I need to back that up. We've got that, and dun 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 dun. Okay, we got that plugged in there, and we're gonna go ahead and go to print USB, and we're gonna go for, we got a bunch of numbers, balls. We're gonna go balls deep in this process of re-leveling. And we'll see how this, that's not good. Stop. Good Lord. Okay, we're back. And since I moved everything around from one side of the room to the other, and I was having some leveling problems, I re-leveled everything again. And this has been fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the J3D Tech's boxes of calibration along with a cube to see if we've got everything leveled and good to go. So, let's see there. Now this should take about an hour and 50 minutes. Exposure 2.6, bottom exposure time is 17 seconds. So yeah, it's gonna take about almost 2 hours. An hour and 50 minutes is what Lychee Slicer Pro estimated. And we're gonna see how that works. I mean, I haven't done a lot of leveling, but this thing has been giving me so many problems with prints and stuff like that. So I decided to just shut everything down, restart, check everything, re-level, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a shot. You see the little light back there is going. And because after I re-leveled and set the 0 height, I get this clunking like the machine was trying to go past the Z home. And kept adjusting, kept having problems, so I had to restart everything and just went back to 2 sheets of paper. And because I have a screen protector on here, what I ended up doing is actually taking away one piece and getting similar resistance that I had before when I was getting good prints. So with that, you see what we're going to have there is about an hour and 39 minutes. We will get and see what type of results we get. So stand by as we continue on with the print.
Eventually.
Okay, gonna do a little video here. Obviously do a little bit into resin printing and do stuff like this guy here. This was one of my earlier prints and paints. Turned out kind of good, you know. I like that. And yeah, so that's my alien dude. But after a number of prints, I got a hole in my FEP, and so I had to redo and put in a new ACF on my Saturn III Ultra. And then what I ended up doing is switching stuff around in my hobby room, and of course I had to re-level my machine. And usually what I use is water washable resin, like Jamg 10K water washable. And for the life of me, this time when I was trying to re-level it, it took hours. I kid you not. I mean, I'm kind of new. I've had the resin printer for about a year now, and I've leveled it a few times, but man, this time was rough. So anyway, what I ended up doing was printing out a number of test pieces, which included these 2 things, which is the boxes of calibration from J3D Tech and this little cube, and I can't remember where this cube came from. But it's kind of a good way to look at the details. You can look at supports and things like that. So for example, there's supposed to be supports within every one of these. And obviously we didn't get good ones. Now the thing with this and the dimensional boxes, so you have a box here which is, what is it, 4 millimeters, goes into a 6 millimeter box, which goes into an 8 millimeter box. And this wasn't really dimensionally accurate. So it was a little bloomed out because it was too exposed at 2.6 seconds. And the X's were, you know, these two columns or supports in these little areas didn't print. These here printed out, but the ones that are busted that you see there were actually there, but when I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, it ended up, they busted off. So the thing is, that's why I put a W down there showing that those were weak. That was 2.6 seconds, and if we look at the details on this, like for example, the alphabet, you know, A through M, and with raised and things like that. So, you know, we got some decent details on this, but it just wasn't where it was supposed to be. So I felt like it was a little bit too blown out. So we dropped down, we did a 2.5, we did a 2.4, 2.3, and 2.2. So at the 2.2, what we ended up with is, you can see here that we got some more supports. I didn't put this into the ultrasonic cleaner, I just kind of washed it and did the dimensional fittings. This fit a little bit better, but it was still tight. But again, like you can see, we did get those. And actually on that center one, we had half of one that printed out. So this wasn't too bad at 2.2. And then the same thing, if we look at this, at the alphabet there, we can see we got some pretty decent, you know, raised and recessed letters in there. And of course that gets small. And there are the details that you can get. And this was set at 50 microns. So when you look at this, it kind of gives you a little bit of scale, but it's just kind of amazing. So we did that, and then the 2.3, which came out pretty good. We had all of those supports there. Dimensional accuracy was a little bit better, and the box fit in the box, fit in the box. Wasn't too bad for 2.3. And let's see what the alphabet looks like. That is pretty amazing to see how well that printed out. So the 2.3, that might be the one. So we can see the steps from there, and then we can end up seeing the details on that. Just kind of amazing on what you can end up getting with a 3D resin printer. And that's set at 50 microns. The 2.3 looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the 2.4. And there you can see the 2.4. We got those. The box fits in the box and fits in the box, which wasn't too bad. The 2.3 ended up fitting in there a little bit better, so the 2.3 might be good. Let's check out the cube and see what we got. I mean, that's kind of amazing. I mean, just to see those details, it's just crazy. Of course that. But now, when we look at this, so really, I mean, which one is going to be better? This one, or, let's see if we can get them side by side and see if we can get a comparison. I mean, which one looks better? Looks like this one is a little more blown out. You can still see the recessed lettering. Check that, and then we take a look at this one. Seems like we got more recessed lettering on the 2.3 than we do the 2.4. Let's see if we can get a side by side and get a better. So put in the comments which one you think is better. I'd say it's the 2.3. That's the one that looks pretty good. Let's see if we can show these. 2.3 is on the right. Let's take a look at that and tell me what you think. Put that in the comments section down below. But I think what it's going to end up being is the 2.3 as far as the details. And considering that we got a little bit more dimensional accuracy with the 2.3 than the 2.4. And again, we've got the supports in there that are really, really tiny. The one on the top, the supports are more straight up and down. We've got a little bit of wiggle in the ones on the bottom. So I think it's going to be the 2.3. So the 2.3 is going to be our winner, is the 2.3 with our Jamg water washable resin, and that's going to be our winner. So that's what we'll end up doing with our setting on our Saturn III Ultra with, what is our slicer? Lychee Slicer Pro, and that is going to be our setting. So that's nailed in, finally, yay! So anyway, I'll also post the settings that I have over here that you can take a look at the settings. There'll be a screen capture there for this Jamg 10K water washable resin for those of you who are interested. Alrighty, that's going to be it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace. Process of re-leveling. And we'll see how this... That's not good. Stop. Good Lord. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date with what's going on with us. The Buried Life is we're retired in Korea. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.